Hi there, this is Chris Kellett with musegrid.com, and I'm about to show you the new Hope charity template, non-profit template. So when we set out to design this template, we wanted to make something that was straightforward, easy to use, had everything that you needed to allow you to promote your non-profit or charity. So one of the big things that we noticed with the patterns in non-profit websites is to obviously have key images and to get right into the meat of your message very quickly. So we've done that here, and we're using composition widgets here to create this nice multi-layered rollover state. We have our donate here button and an introduction message. Then moving down the page, we can see where the money's being spent, bearing in mind that this Hope charity is a fictitious charity that we've made up, so this isn't a real charity. And then we have this video here. So we've, again, using the multi-state properties of the composition widget, that very straightforward to use and implement, and it gives us the ability to create this lots of different parts that create this nice rollover effect. When we click that, we get our video. We've embedded a YouTube video here. We have some content, and then we have the donate button sitting over the top of the video, because obviously we want people to donate money to this cause, so we need to have as many opportunities for them to do that as possible. Then moving forward, we have nice navigation as per usual, but if we go to the donate area, we have created these, again using these multi-state button widgets. We've created these nice panels here, and what you would want to do is link these up to your donation process. So if you were using PayPal or another service, you'd want to link these up. So maybe you would have the PayPal button sitting here, or maybe here for them to click. And we have two states here. We have the one-off donation and we have a regular donation. So it's very easy for you to set up. We have a mobile version as well, which has these features, but let's jump into Muse itself and take a look at how we can work with it. So in Muse, we've jumped over to Muse here, and we can see our layout. Now we have two templates for the site. We have the homepage template and we have the master page template. So if we want to modify the elements, we need to modify them in both of those templates. And we have our navigation here, and we have our other elements. Now these are pinned to the top. These are placed in the header area here, but we also have included two of our utility widgets in the site here. So you can see this code sitting here, and this is our mobility settings, our mobile settings, sorry. So this is a utilities widget that we've put in that allows for the iPhone icon, so don't forget to include that. If you take a look at our utilities tutorial on musegrid.com, you can see how to use that. And then down the bottom here, we're using our copyright widget here. So if you click on that, you'll get this little arrow here. You pop it up and put the start year, the year that you want your copyright notice to start from, and the name of the company, and it'll generate that nice little copyright message. Now the beauty of this as well is that date there will auto update using JavaScript, so this will update itself every year, so you will always be up to date on your copyright, and that's why we created that widget. We have our social media icons here. We have a sub navigation here, and the way that this sub navigation works is if we click on and open it, we can see that we've got the show left icon switched on, and then that icon there, instead of putting an icon in it, what we've done is we've selected it and we've converted it into a button by putting a radius on the actual shape itself. So this looks like bullets. We have a tutorial on musegrid.com about making bulleted lists with the menus widget if you want to further investigate that. So coming out of there and going into our desktop homepage here, if we click on one of these widgets, we're going to take a look at this in the layers palette, because that gives us a better overview of where all the different parts are. So we can see we've selected this item and we've got a little red dot there. If we move down the page, we can see that that's where that state button, multi-state button is there. So we click on that, open that up, and let's scroll down and we can see the individual parts. So we can select the different parts of the button here that we can see that it's made up of. So we have a rectangle here. Let's click on there and click on the states here, and we can see that we've got a rectangle we're using a background image, and when we hover over it, when we roll over it, we're swapping that image out from the black and white image to the color image. So that's one of the states that changes that we're making. What else are we doing? Well, we have a rectangle here. So that rectangle is changing color. So we're going from this pinkish color to the purple. So that's the second part of that multi-layered state. Then we have our text. That stays the same. We're not changing that. We have this rectangle here. Now that is set. If we look at the states panel on that, in the normal state we have actually set that to an empty fill, so there's nothing there. But when you roll over the state, we change it to the purple color, and we've set the fill to 65, so we've got that semi-transparent look. So if we go back to our layers here, we can see that that goes from invisible to semi-transparent. And then we have this rectangle here, and we've set the radius to 100, so we've created a circle. We've put a stroke of 4 on it, and then we have a pasted icon here that we've pasted and is embedded into the site here, and that stays the same, so that's white. So that is how we've built this multi-state button, and this new multi-state button widget is really useful for doing that. With our video, if we click on this here, so we've clicked on our video, and if we go to our layers palette, let's take a look. We can see that the layers is showing us that this is a composition widget, and if we open it up, we can see our trigger has got a drop down menu there as well. So looking at the different parts of that, we can see that we've got a rectangle there, that's our background. Then we've got that rectangle there that we've set to 100% radius, so we've created a circle, and then we have our play button on top. We've also got, let's have a look, what else have we got in here? We've got inside this composition widget, yes, we've got those different states there. Now if we want to see the actual Lightbox, what's going to happen, we click on the little blue arrow on any item here, and we click on show Lightbox parts while editing. So I'm going to click that, and now we can see all of our Lightbox parts, so our YouTube video and so on. So we have we've got our donate button here. We can see that highlighted here in the container. So we've got this container, and we have our different parts here that we've copied and pasted in. We've made the container slightly bigger. Let's actually bring this to the front a minute. Arrange, bring to front. So we've got this text here, and then we've got our YouTube video. So if we click into that YouTube video here, excuse me, we right click, sorry about that, we right click here, edit HTML, and we can swap our video out for whatever we want that to be. And if we want to hide that now, let's click on there, let's click this open and close and switch out. So we've stopped the Lightbox from showing now, so we can work with the page. Again, this is a composition widget, a multi-state button, so that changes as well. And if we jump over to the donate page, we'll see that we're using a panel widget with 2 panels, and then inside of those panels, the tab panel widget, we then have again these multi-state buttons. So it's really straightforward to modify all of these items. We're using our 5-color palette, so if we go into our swatches here. We're using our 5 color palette that we always use, our snap colors, 5 snap colors, so we can modify those. So for example, if I swap this color out to, let's say, this turquoisey color here, we can see that we've been able to update the color and everything using that color. We can see that turquoise has changed here, the button colors have changed, have all been modified. Let's swap out this color here. Let's take that to, let's say, more of a blue color. This might not be the greatest color combination, but you can see there that all of our items for that particular color have changed. I'm going to change this one as well. The last one I'm going to change here. And let's put that to, let's choose this color, so we've got some kind of connection between the colors, and we can see there that we've been able to modify very quickly all of the colors to match our particular site. Then we'd swap out the logo, start changing the content out, and it would be very straightforward. What we've done with these panels as well, that you'll see on the page, is we're using a background fill. So they're easy to change. We've set them to scale to fill and centered so that they're very easy to change. The mobile version is the same. Now, as you saw, we just changed the colors, so our colors across the site have now modified as well. I'm going to actually put those back. So I'm going to Command Z on the Mac and set those colors back to their original color. Just check, make sure that, there we go. So go back to our phone version now, and we can see that our colors have all returned to their color. Oh, just one thing to note as well. If I go into the, let's go into the home page here. This item here, which is just a rectangle with a color, we're using a color fill. We're using a PNG file on tile. Set it to the bottom right so that we get all of these different hearts in there, so you can create those kind of nice textures. This works the same. We have modified the video box, so if I open up the Lightbox there, we've modified it to fit within the mobile view, which is something that you need to bear in mind when you're bringing this content over. And we have reduced some of the content from the page down to make it more mobile friendly. If we go to our mobile menu, let's go into the phone view. And we can see our menu here. It's using a panel, a composition widget to drop down, and then we have a menu widget with inside that, so that's easy to edit. Make sure that you close it before you save, so by clicking on it, so that when you upload it, it's in its closed state. And again, we're using our Muse Grid Utilities widget here to put the mobile settings into the page. So that's the majority of the Hope site, and how we can use it, how we can modify it, change the colors. Very straightforward to work with. We hope you enjoy using the template, and we hope that it supports lots of charities and non-profits out there so that they can get to where they need to be. And thanks for watching.